All right, Michael Katz, welcome to
What's up?
Prep.
How's it going, everybody? This is afternoon for me, but yeah, good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Afternoon. Where are you?
On the other side of the world.
The other side of the world.
Yeah.
So you're middle of the afternoon. So you've already been up and trading for hours then.
No, I mean, we're waiting for the market to, just open in bail like everybody else. But yeah, some of our traders already been doing great on pre-market, trading those penny stocks.
So, Michael, before we get into some specifics, what is Trade the Pool? Do you mind just giving us a brief overview of the company, what it is that you guys do?
Sure thing. So basically, we're an online prop firm. We fund stock traders, the only company in the world that does that specifically for stocks, not CFDs, real shares. We have basically 12,000 symbols. You go through an evaluation phase or a challenge, and you pass the test. We give you funds and we split the profits. The thing about it, because especially in the US, when you have the PDT rule, in our case, you can avoid that by joining Trade the Pool, because we are trading on a one big pool and you take in a chunk of our pool. So we're basically passing that PDT or bypassing that PDT. And there are challenges, 4 tiers. You just go through that. You need to stick within risk parameters and specific risk rules that we set. If you succeed and pass that, we split the profit on the funded account, as we call it.
And so who is this for? I mean, because I imagine that this isn't for someone who just started trading last week or someone who's pretty inexperienced. Like, what level of trader are most of your guys that are funded?
Yeah, so there are local shops in the States that you need to show profitability of 3 to 5 years, and only then you get funded and you get a desk. But actually, when we opened Trade the Pool, we decided to shift the game and give it to the retail traders. So technically, anyone with a week of experience can try that test. And we had, just a minute ago, we had a lady, Morgan, that passed the evaluation, got funded already, withdrew some funds, and she's only been doing it for 6 months. So as long as you have that ability to stay within the risk parameters and you do have an idea at least of what you need to do in the market, you should give it a shot at least once. The lower entry is $97. So, I mean, it's for everybody.
Got it. And then outside of avoiding, PDT rules here in the US, what are the benefits to joining Trade the Pool and becoming a funded trader?
All right, so I'll give you a little bit background maybe about myself, and this is how we got to that point. I've been trading for 17 years, mostly stocks and futures. And after a while, when I traded all by myself, like anyone else here in the show, I got to a point where I joined the prop firm, a local prop firm here. I was the head of the traders there, and then I got to the understanding of, the guys that really making money in the market are the guys that not trading their own capital in most cases. So you have all the banks, all the hedge funds, they're all trading someone else's money. Maybe on the side, they're also trading their own account, but they have the vast majority of their capital basically brought by someone else. Once you take that equation of risking your own capital, you're automatically making a better decision when it comes to trading, because it's not your own money. Besides that, you have enough capital to trade with. So I remember when I opened my first account, it was $10,000. I couldn't do 2 trades simultaneously, or I couldn't buy, instead of buying 500 shares, I could only afford to buy 100 shares. So those kind of elements, when you're trading a very low capital, will affect your trading and at the end your results. So in that case, when you're trading someone else's money and you have enough capital, and we also have risk parameters to control your risk and not letting you blow your account super easily as you most likely to do on your retail account, those elements are brought to you in Trade the Pool, and you can actually use them in order to leverage and potentially succeed much higher. At least your your rate to success is much higher than when you're trading all by yourself with your own capital. We see
I
that.
want to expand on this conversation here because it's an important conversation Michael's having. First, if you don't know the PDT rule, that's the pattern day trader rule. So I just want to get some context behind it because maybe some new listeners don't understand that rule. If your account, I believe it's under 25,000, am I right, Michael? If it's under 25,000, you can only execute 4 trades in any 5 business day period, meaning like, you know, you're very limited. You make 2, 3, 4 trades and then you're out of trades for the week. These are regulatory rules that were brought in after the financial crisis because they didn't want people just coming in and like day trading their accounts away. So obviously, you know, if you got a $10,000 account, you're limited with the number of trades you can do, which is very disappointing because some people might trade small size and still be smart about it, but they still can't trade, you know. So it'd be better if they would have used like a capital constraint or something, but we're not regulatory. We can just find. So Trade the Pool offers you a solution for that, which, you know, is good that you can come in. And the other thing, which I've always said all the time, is it's very difficult for somebody to make a living with a $10,000 account. You're not all going to be options geniuses. I mean, you know, you think about a good living. What's a good living to an average person? In this day and age, it's probably $40,000, $50,000, $100,000. To take $10,000 and say, I'm going to make $100,000 off that $10,000 every year, you make 1,000% on your money every single year. You better be an options wizard. Very difficult to do. So what Trade the Pool offers you there is also a solution as well for the problem of being undercapitalized. So it allows you to obviously trade more than 3 or 4 times a week, and then obviously offers you that solution where I don't have to make 1,000% on my money to pay my bills. So what, you know, then this is what Prop does for you. So Trade the Pool, obviously being a proprietary company, is one of those solutions. So I was just giving background to the listeners. I know AB, you had another question as well.
No, I had a question for Michael. Michael, seeing, you know, traders come in and come and go. What are the 3 things of advice that like you give to new traders, people that are coming in, even before they get an approved account? What would be, you know, three things that, you know, I mean, things are always changing. There's different market conditions, but seeing a lot of people come and go, what 3 things, words of advice would you give the traders?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great one. First of all, obviously the risk side. I see a lot of traders coming in and, you know, just swing for the fence and trying to make it on one big trade. But actually those that pass the evaluation and succeed also in the funded phase are those that start in the position with a small chunk, you know, just a feeler. So you start the position, you test the water, you understand if it's going to your direction, and then you add more to your position, something that a lot of the traders don't do, even though, you know, they maybe learn it on other courses, and we of course talk about it many times on our education. You gotta start by testing the water. If you're risking $100 per trade, don't risk it all in one click. Start with $20 risk, add a little bit more, another 20, another 20, another 20, build your position. That way you will have much more higher success rate, no doubt about it. And you will know that this is the right trade that you wanna take. And once, you know, the stock goes to your favor. So this is by far the most important one that I see repeat itself over and over again. And of course, the other stuff are straightforward, over trading. A lot of the guys just go and click the mouse key, you know, just want to grab that trade, but you actually need to take a step back, focus on the setups, the A+ setup, A setup, wait for that moment when you actually need to click the mouse key, and not just because the stock is running. I'm looking at the, you know, some of the charts that are here, VRAX, right? VRX just popping from $2 to $6. Some of our traders are in right now and also took some profits already. But if you look at it, in most cases when it's running, also Nvidia, Tesla, anyone, you know, any stock that is just running, in most cases you want to jump in and not miss the train, right? But on those cases, in most cases, you will lose because you need to wait for that pullback. You need to wait for a consolidation before you jump in, and so on. Like you said, also, Dennis, about Tesla or Nvidia jumping in at 125, right? So you need to wait a little bit. This is also something that I see a lot of the times going on when traders does that. And so it's kind of straightforward, trading in general, the same concept, the same tips that you'll give a new trader will apply here as well. Just
Michael, what about new people coming in? Like, people are prone, and I ran prop shops, trained a lot of traders over the years. So many come in with a long only bias, right? And the market over the course of time, buying the dip, trading has been, it's been a great experience. But one thing that I try to emphasize, with traders is that, you have to look at both sides of the market. I think that's really like, some people just won't short. How do you get, because I really think that you have to have that, if you want to be a sustained long-term trader, you have to be able to look at both sides of the market. Yeah. How do you get that across to new people? That, markets go up and they go down, and yet, historically we've gone up more and we've gone down, but how do you emphasize that?
So that's a funny one, because in our case, most of our traders are actually short sellers. Yeah. They just love to short.
That's evil, though, Michael. Short selling is evil.
Get this guy out of here.
Evil. The evil short seller. The media has that evil short seller.
Exactly. But it's fun because you see the stocks dropping very nicely in most cases. So that's good. But yeah, there are short sellers by nature, or bias on that in most cases, especially penny stocks that we also allow the guys to trade with, also hard to borrow stocks as well. This is why I'm looking at the charts now, and I'm seeing all those penny stocks that popping up. They're all waiting for that pump and dump, especially the young guys. But I'm also trying to shift them to first trade also on the long side on those penny stocks. And because we have enough buying power, the first tier that we offer is $20,000. The top tier is $260,000. So in that case, I offer them to try to shift it to large cap, right? You can easily trade, even with $20,000, you can easily trade NVIDIA, Tesla, maybe the ETFs like TSLL and those. So definitely, I'm trying to teach them to go to the long side, but it's easier on the short side, I guess.
What about the end of the day? What about the end of the day? Flat, dumb, and happy?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do overnights at Trade the Pool?
Yeah,
or no?
We have two programs. One is for day traders, the other for swing traders.
Okay.
But most of them definitely focus on the day traders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of your traders would be probably getting flat at the end of the night.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get flat and then open a tiny position overnight, like after market.
Okay, so you can trade aftermarket too. You can still do all that.
You can. We literally, on that aspect, we have zero rules. You have plenty to do. Pre-market, aftermarket, 12,000 symbols, ETF, stocks, everything on that, as long as you stay within the risk parameters that we set before that.
Are there any regulatory hurdles here for people to join? Do they have to get licensed? Do they need is there anything they need?
Not at all, because the evaluation phase is on a simulator account. Once they get funded, they are trading our capital. So we basically have a contract of just a normal freelance contract, basically.
Okay.
Got it. Well, Michael, this has been an awesome conversation to learn more about Trade the Pool.
Sure.
I know here in the future we might have some more exciting announcements. So guys, make sure to stay tuned. We're doing some exciting things here with Trade the Pool. Michael, again, it was great to learn more about how some of our viewers can go this route and become a funded trader. Thanks again for hopping on, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
No doubt. Good luck, guys.